All right, we are in the 2024 the Open, and it's at Greenwich Point, and I am in my 77 account. So I played my low-level Ricky earlier today and got a 14, and there was some shots I didn't hit perfect into the cup. I was in the right spot, and I brought out pretty low-level stuff. Didn't bring out anything special. I had nothing more than a 3-power ball, and did get lucky on a couple holes and didn't get lucky on a few more, so we will see. We'll see what happens here. So hole number uno. I went back and looked at some video of this hole kind of like in the middle of its life, and this wasn't here, but there was a ton of moguls over here, and so this rough bump used to be a little bit cleaner. I'm still looking for the oldest shot that I have on this. I need to spend a little bit more time looking for the one, because it used to be, the whole green used to be flat and it didn't have the moguls. But I am done hitting this through this freaking pit, because if you're coming, if you got a bowl and here's the center and everything's rolling down to it, and you come in right here, your ball's going to get drifted. And if you come in right here, if you're one blade of grass to the left or the right, it's going to change how your ball goes through here, and it's going to change on the end. And it just seems like this hole is a gopher hole. It's like they move the holes there, and you're going right at it, and the gophers move it over, and you end up right where the hole used to be, and you're always off. So I'm going to do something different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rough bump from right here on the G string. I like the rough bump over here, obviously, because we have a lot more room for error. But we can try and get our ball guide to come on the outside of that mogul. There's still some movement on the course over here, but not as much as that big ass bowl that we're having to go through. The trick here is that this is a dangerous little rough bump. I mean, G string. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. And I'm going to do this amazing feat with a sniper and a kingmaker. There we go. And I'm going to do plus 10 on the drive, 1.1 times the wind. I practiced it once and I successfully hit the rough, but it did push me off a little bit, and I missed the cup by about plus 10, so I'm going to do the plus 10. That's what I'm going to do. Try and stop me. All right, Ben J. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see what they do. It's 2-8. We're at Max Club. Let's see what they do. We did 3-2-ish, 3-1-ish, 3-ish. If it was 2.8 and they did a 10%, that'd be about right. It weaved and bobbed out of the hole. It looks like you need to do a bigger adjustment, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. I just think hitting through that bowl is a losing proposition. 3.3 rings. .3. It seemed earlier. We'll see right now. Let's get lined up with the wind. There's 3 that I didn't need to push any back in. We'll see. Oh, we will see. We'll see whether or not I am practicing today, or if I'm getting a second practice round on my main account, or if I'm actually playing. The wind when I practiced was like 2 miles an hour, and the wind was higher here, so And I did hit it to the left, 75,000 rings. That spot is dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Danger. I'm going to hedge my bet. I'm going to go right to the edge of the cup over here. If I hit it perfect, it should go in if the wind's not a factor. And if I hit it great to the left, it might go in. And if the wind's a factor, a great to the right might go in. No dice! Wind was not a factor. That is exactly where a great to the right should have ended up. And that is exactly where it ended up. Alright, hole number 2. Hole number 2. I think I'm bringing the same stuff. I'm going to bring a Titan. I don't think I need to bring a Kingmaker. Don't need to waste it. I'm going to up my... I've traditionally done like a plus 10% variable here, but I'm going to do a plus 15. I shot the other day when I was practicing and I hit it perfect and under-pulled it, so where it came through. So I'm going to try a 15. I'm not so sure it shouldn't be like 20, but I'm going to try a 15. I'm going to do max topspin at the plus 6 mark. See which way the wind is blowing. And I'm not so sure I couldn't take off like 1 topspin, like max minus 1. The wind is 2.9 divided by 1.2, 2.77 rings. Hey, let's get my APOC in here. I'm going to go max topspin at the plus 6 mark. Let's try and aim right at the cup. We'll go for the hole-in-one. 2.77. There's 277 exactly. Hitting it perfect. Little short. We're still on track. Close. Now you can hit it from over there. The thing about hitting it from over here is if you're going to put a lot of curl on it, you got to be careful about this rough is running like this, so where your second bounce is out, there's an arc out there, and when you put curl on it, you take the risk of clipping right in this area. So right there, they got it covered. But watch, they're going to put a bunch of curl on it. It does shallow up just a little teeny bit, and then you got to hit it farther in order to clear the rough. And they got a little bit of overpower. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it seemed like when this hole first came out that the shot on the right was farther, but it might have just been because you got lower developed clubs and you got to bring out, and there's so many special balls out there now, and there used to not could, that shot that my opponent did right there was the way I went at it. And it's tricky to get. What you want to do is not try and get greedy and just, you can lay yourself off right off the green and then chip it up. We'll play a few holes and see whether the round is going good. I wanted to try something different on hole number 1. That shot is there, but man, it is, you got to hit perfect. Some of those new precision balls, those Power 6 precision balls they're selling right now, would be helpful, since I don't hit perfect all the time. Dag nabbit. Alright, what is hole number 3? I've got notes for it, but I can't remember. I can't remember. Alright, if I can get into the right spot. So I'm going to take, I think, the same bag that I'm using right now with a Cataclysm, and I want to bring a Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. Let's use one of those major ones. I'm going to pull back to the +6 mark, doing 0 on the drive, +0. And I did not write how much topspin to put on. Dang it. Oh, 6 topspin, excuse me. It's not the +6 mark, I'm doing 6 topspin. All right, here we go. I'm not sure if I was right at the red line or if I pulled it back. I really prefer, if I can, to pull back from the red line so that you have a little bit of room on a headwind day and you can use the same ball. And the Cataclysm is really helping out on the second shot, because you can get into, if you bring a sniper, you can get into a situation where you're right at the red line if you don't get enough distance on the drive. And if it was a headwind day, you'd have to bring out a bigger ball because you're going to be right at the red line. I'm seeing a lot of people do curl here, trying to bring it around, and I've seen a couple people make it through the trees, and I've seen a couple people get affected by the trees. You can't do lots of curl here you can't do a lot of right hand curl because those trees are there. Curious to see if my opponent was trying to get over. And I suppose you could with this kind of wind, then they are trying to get over. Get on. I hope they hit it perfect, and let's see it. Let's see it. Yes, excellent. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people, and I've tried to get over, and it seems like maybe one time I got over, but it's not, it's difficult. 6 topspin. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 topspin. Am I at the red line? I must have pulled back. I'm going to pull back to the +1 mark. Man, that looks like it might be long. I'm going to pull back to right at the +1. 2.8. It's 2.8 divided by 1.2. It's 2.33. I'm going to do 2.5 because I'd rather be a little short. 2.5. And I'm going to lean just a little and hit it perfect with like 0 time left on the clock. Now it's all about whether or not I hit it too far. Whoa down, Cat Daddy. Whoa down. There you go. Let me write that down. +1 mark. +1 mark. APOC. 6 topspin. Sliver of curl. Getting fresh with the nubs. I wasn't just rubbing them, I was getting fresh with them. Okay, I'm going to be in my Cataclysm, and I'm going to be at max club, and I'm doing a +15, so it's 1.15 times the wind divided by 1.3. And it should be right around 3 topspin. And let's try and hit it perfect, because I did not hit it perfect in the practice round. And it is right there. 3 topspin? I'm not sure. I'm going to put some side spin on it. 2 rings off. 3 and a sliver of topspin. 2.5, 2.21 rings. There's 221. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Ooh! That should have been -0.1. It seems like if the wind's blowing, like you can get, like there's that variable depending on which way the wind's going. It's like sometimes you're going to do a +0.1 and sometimes you're going to do nothing. You're just going to do the 15 and sometimes you're going to do the -0.1. -0.1. We'll try the -0.1 next time and see. I know that I was doing 15, but I know that there was like a slight little adjustment on top of that. And it might have been just aiming towards the left-hand edge of the cup. And I believe that was the deal. Arr, arr. All right. All right. All right. I'm going to get that Albie this week. I'm going to figure that out. That is definitely a hole that I have had a lot of Albies on, and I definitely want to get one this week. Hole number 4. Hole number 4. All right. I'm thinking that is a dangerous combination right there. Me thinking I can do this with a Titan. And all I need is an APOC and a thorn. And I do not, I repeat, I do not have to do max curl. I do not. Plus 10 on the drive, 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. Here we go. It's plus 10 to the cup. Every time I've hit it perfect, I've made it. Every time I haven't hit it perfect, I have not made it. Plus 10. One shot at a time. I got to get out into the right spot. That's goal number 1. Perfect. I'd like to hit it perfect 2 times in a row, ideally. That's going to be real. That'll be minimum short iron. Maybe max wedge, but I think I think where they're at, they're right on the line. Three, 2.75, 275. Let's get lined up with the wind. And I'm going to put just a baby amount of curl on it. Just in case I do hit it great to the right. I had a little bit of curl to bring me back around. And wow, I hit it great to the right. Well, we're both, wherever they're at, that's where I'm going to be at. They might have just a titch of distance on me, but I didn't look at their number to see where they were at, but we're right there in the same spot. Yeah, we're right in the same spot. And they're in minimum thorn. Minimum thorn is 3.5, so it's 1.1 times the wind divided by 3.5. I should have a very similar wind to them. Need to hit this perfect. I know that. I don't know much, but I know that. Nice. Nice, my friend. Nice. Into hole. Chip into draw. 3.94 of a ring. And there's man. .94 of a ring. Let's get lined up. 0.94. And I hit it great. Oh. All right. Can't hit anything perfect. Can't hit anything perfect. I almost feel like this is a practice round. Is this my second practice round? It'll give me an excuse to play tomorrow because I qualified my pro account and I qualified my baby rookie. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. All right. I did the shot in my baby rookie over to here, and in pro I did over to here. And I found that a plus 20 worked better than a plus 10. Let me write that down. I tried the plus 20 on I practiced in my pro account and I did a plus 15 and it pushed me off, and I did a plus 20 and I was right on line, and I played my rookie account earlier, my rookie, my low level rookie, and a plus 20 seemed to work on it. The second shot from over here, you need to get enough distance and you need to bring the right stuff out. You can do this shot over here with a lower power ball. You don't need to bring out anything special. But when you're taking the second shot, there's a lip right here. And you want to be in the bottom of this bowl so that your first bounce is in the bottom of the bowl and your second bounce bounces over that lip and lands on the green and runs to the cup, and you'll get a true run at it. But if you encounter that lip, your ball is going to take a really weird bounce. Really weird. I'm going to try for the shot down here once again. And this time what I need to do is get further in the hole. Which way's the wind blowing? The wind's blowing that way. I'm going to bring that. If I get into my cataclysm, I got bigger problems than the fact that I'm in my cataclysm. And let's bring a kingmaker so we can get some side spin. Play it. 1.2 times the wind. So it's whatever the wind is. It's 1.2 times the wind divided by 1.2, so I'm just going to do whatever the wind is. If it's 4, it's 4 rings. With a 3 power ball, you can see their extra mile where their red line's at right there. With an APOC, you're just a little bit ahead of that. But where you need to hit is more towards the middle or on the other side, so that when you come out, you're carrying a little bit more speed when you come out the other side. There's a steep hill on the other side, and the other day I hit it. I made it over, but then it rolled down the hill and put me in the rough. The good news is that you can recover from there. Let's not have to do that, but that is the good news. The good news. 3.6 rings. There's the 6. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's turn around and look at the tee box. Let's put the forward moving wind back on. You can't do a lot of curl here, but I am going to lean just a little. Oh, that was way off. Yeah, watch, it'll roll down, and let's see if it makes it all the way back to the fairway. It'll pick up speed, 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 and it'll end me up in the rough. I think when they redesigned it and they made it so that you can hit on the right, they steepened this hill out, because it used to be more of a bowl. There wasn't as much of a ridge right here. If you get on the other side of that, there's a ridge, but it wasn't as steep. It actually bowled out a little bit. It was really easy in there if you made it over to the other side to end up hitting it too far and getting behind those trees. A top spin boost ball obviously would help. I'm not sure. There you go. There you go. At least you're back in the fairway. Where am I at? There's max. I'm at max club. So it's 0.7 times 2.8 divided by 2 is 1 ring. Let's put a couple backspin on it. Get right up to it. 1 ring. One ring to rule them all. My timing is just like shit. Really bad timing. It could be worse. Probably should plug my phone in since it's about to die. See if my opponent can get in the hole. They need to get in the hole. The grate's not going to help. Not helpful. That still might go in. They were close enough. Yes. Yes. It works, my friend. That works. I really feel like I shouldn't qualify today, but I still have some holes. Still have a few. There's a great Alvey shot here. Great Alvey shot, and did not capitalize on it. That was hole number 5. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. What is hole number 6? I think we're in the 2 par 3s. Yes. What am I doing on hole number 6? Bringing a cat. A katana. And I'm not liking my spot. I was wedged up in there where I think I had blue rings off the sand, blue rings off the rough, and then I moved it just a little bit. But what I want to do, what is happening here, you see, is I'm in this spot right here where I've got blue ring off of this rough, blue ring off of the sand, and I think I moved it to the left a little bit to get the ball guide, like you move it just a little and the ball guide appears and then it disappears and appears and disappears. And what I need to do is push it forward to get the bounces in a different spot so that I'm like white ring, clear ring off on the sand and blue ring off here, and push the shot forward a little bit so that I can get my bounces in a different spot so they're not getting affected like that. That's the goal. And I'm playing max club even though I'm at minimum, and I'm adding on 10%, which I suppose is like a plus 30. It's close. If you do plus 30 at minimum club, it comes out pretty close. If you round it up, it comes out the same, but it's not quite the same. I thought at first there might be a rough bump through that gap in the trees, but the trees are definitely in the way. Definitely. They're using the racetrack side. Perfect. That's probably going to be behind the cup. Let's see if we can get closer. 2.9, 3.2 rings, 3.19, so 3.2. What do I got here? I got the wrong club. Let's do one of these bags has to have a sniper. Okay, there's 3 side spin. And I am 2 rings off down there at the bottom. Still not quite at it. 3.19 rings. There's 319. I'm going to run out of time. Hitting it perfect. Dang. It's hard to make a wind adjustment down. Man, I barely cleared that. Barely cleared it. Go back and rewind that video, and where our first bounce was right there. Damn, that was close to the rough. It looked, at least I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to look at it, because it looked like, from that camera angle, it looked like I was like one blade of grass from hitting in the rough. Close. Bounced off the flagpole, dang it. Dag nabbit. Still got lots of holes. Lots of holes. Do I really want to qualify today? That's the question. I got 15 at the top. I got an 8. If I 1-1-2'd it, that's 4. That's a 12. And we really need to get the eagle here. So that could put me at 13. So I really don't think I want to qualify today. But I am going to go for this hole. And I'm going to do my teammate Black Dragon. I'm going to do his shot. Or I'm going to do that shot on this hole. Here we go. And it is with a sniper. No, excuse me. I got to switch up a bag. I got to set up a bag for it because I don't have one. I don't have any shots that I'm using my rock. I'm going to use my quarterback and a navigator. And I'm doing mid club, which is 1.2 per ring, plus 5. So it's 1.05 times the wind divided by 1.2. I'm doing 3 top spin and 1 left hand side spin, and it wasn't quite 3 top spin and 1 left hand side spin, but I'm going to see if I can make that work and hit it perfect. Wow, I won one. Look at that. Blind squirrel. Hole number 7. Let's try it. Maybe, if I can get an opponent, we're going to do a plus 5% at mid quarterback. 3 top spin, 1 left hand side spin, navigator. My opponent goes first. They're doing the same exact shot that I'm going to do with the quarterback. Look at that. Look at that. 4 power ball. That's the same exact shot I'm going to do. Are they using... Was it backspin and not topspin? I thought it was topspin, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I probably am. What'd they do? They have a bigger power ball, so they're coming in hotter. Perfect. Flip the rough. And just off the hole. Just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Let's see if we can get a little closer. 3.3. It's 2.88 ring, so 2.9. 2.9. It must have been backspin. I wrote it down wrong, so it must have been 3 backspin and 1 left hand side spin. 3 and 1. Let's go into the cup. 2.9 rings. There's 2. 9. Hitting it perfect. With once again 0 time left. Boy, I barely clipped that rough. Barely clipped that rough. Barely clipped that rough. making a note. Barely. I think the deal is if you miss the rough there, though, on that shot, it's so damn steep that you might still be able to, because you got backspin on it, that it'd go up the hill and then roll back down to the cup. I think that might be the case. That is the way I'm going to play it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just throwing the ball over my shoulder. Hole number 8. Let's try not to qualify today. Hole number 8. I'm going to take it with a Titan. The king of balls. And an APOC. Bag number 5. There we go. I was doing plus 10 on this shot as well. But I'm not so sure this shouldn't be like a plus 20. And I'm not so sure that I should be using a 3 side spin ball. I've got Titan written on my note sheet, but I'm not so sure that a Kingmaker wouldn't be better. Maybe. Okay, it's at the plus 6 mark. It's max top spin. Plus 6. And 1 side spin. .6 divided by 1.2. 2.38 rings. Getting it perfect. We're going to find out whether a 10% is enough. I think it actually needs to be higher. Maybe like 15, as I was aiming towards the middle of that gap and it pushed me off to the sand, so not much, but maybe a 15. And earlier today I made it over with my 99 account and it pushed me off with it. What I was trying to do with my 99 account was bounce over that sand trap, and it actually pushed me over into the gap that my opponent's aiming to. Oh, excuse me. The big power ball at the max. Now the deal is that you can make it over right. That's one of the things I don't like about that spot over there. It seems like I've made it over, but then I ended up in the sand trap behind. I'm going to piss my opponent off. Get in the hole. I'm going to not qualify today so that I can try and do better tomorrow, since I dropped hole number 1. The 2 that you have to get are hole number 2 and this one. That puts you at 14. And then there's plenty of other, I mean, there's really an opportunity on every hole to get one. Every hole. Will this give me a 0? Take the shot, take the shot, take the shot. Was that my third? Did I go first? I went first, right? I did go first. I don't want to be a D-bag and hold my opponent up with a timeout deal, so I'll just take it. All right, we got a par. We got the par. So I'm at 9, 10, 11. If I get, will that make it? I think it will. I think you really got to get a 12. So if I come in with an 11, now if I get a 12 and I get an Albie, then that'll screw me. If I get to the right spot on the drive, because I really need to practice the drive here. What I'm going to do, you see, now I'm not so sure. I've been playing it the old-fashioned way in my baby account because I don't have a club that's got enough curl to bring me back over here. So I shot it the old-fashioned way from this spot. This spot here is different than this spot here. This spot's deeper in a hole, and in this spot I have always done a +10. And I'm really just trying to get out to here, and I think it was like 4 topspin, which gave you a nice angle to the cup. If you bring out a bigger power ball, like a 3 power ball, you can get deeper into this spot so that you could do a second bounce rough bump and try and go to it, but you have a shot from out there, a really good shot. The deal with hitting over here is that if you get in any trouble on the drive and you end up in the sand or you end up in the rough, or you're in trouble, big trouble. There's no recovering. But if you end up over here, especially in the front, you could recover. And I was actually playing somebody in pro that what they were doing was they were coming out here and they were just driving the ball as hard as they could into the rough and then taking their rough shot. They were bringing a power 5 ball to do it. You got to watch out how far you get out here because there is a row of signs out here. And if you get behind those signs, it could block your shot. But they were getting in. They practiced the shot, and then they went out there. I got them both times. They practiced it, and then they went and played it, and they played the same shot both times, and easily got on. I made the Albie on this in my, I think it was in my 99 account, and I hit so freaking close to this rough. I was a couple rings off, but I hit so close to that rough, and it went in. That. Man, I really liked the fact that it went in, but I did not like the fact that I was one blade of grass from hitting that rough right there. Did not like it. And I am using a rock on this. I didn't think I was, but I am. I am. Right here, right now. And I over curled it the other day. Let me switch up. Let me switch this bag to a rock. And let me switch the bag that I had a Thor's hammer in to a quarterback. That way I have a quarterback in one of them. Okay, we're taking this bag right here, right there, right here, right here. 3.5 rings off. I think I was 3, and it is 2 1/4 top spin, 3 left-hand side spin plus 16 mark. That's the thing about hitting it over to the right is if you're hitting in a tailwind or a sidewind day, you don't have to bring out anything special. But if you want to hit the same exact shot on a headwind day, you'll have to bring out a bigger ball. And I am not so sure. It seems like Dunner and I were playing this hole one time where we were really trying to get the ball to go around and get our bounces right, trying to get over to here. I'm not sure if there's a big benefit to getting over to there, but we were doing that shot. I'm just sitting, I'm just trying to think if I should just hit it out to here. I like the shot from over here. Distance-wise, you're coming at the cup a little bit different, but all right. I'm gonna shoot to the right. Why not? Continue. Ricky, play hole number 9. Let's make sure we got bag number 2. We do. And I'm doing 1.1 times. Adding on 10%. Drink some coffee. And I have my casual shoes, my shoes that I wear all the time. I've had them for years, and I've had to resole them once before, but I needed to resole them. And I sent them in to get resoled, and it's going to be like 3 more weeks before I get them back. And I've got to go. I need a pair of casual dress shoes, and so I had to go buy another pair in the meantime. And these suckers are, man, I've had years to break the other pair in, and these are definitely rough. I'm just wondering, is my opponent trying to hit over, or if they're trying to do the same thing I was talking about earlier, where they're just hitting into the rough? Because with all that stuff on there, those are those signs I was talking about. You got a great shot from there. You do. You do, you do. At the red line, I'm going to give myself 4 rings of separation. I over curled it the other day. 2.5, 2 1/4, 2.25 topspin. And at rest, 4 rings off. 2.29, 3.19. Max curl. And a great to the right just for good measure. That's perfect. A little long, even with the 2 1/4. Maybe just 1. I'm going to hit it back. I'm going to hit it back to where I was at so I can practice the second shot and see what I did earlier, if I can replicate that. My opponent is in a perfect nirvana. This would be a great spot if you wanted to do that shot right there, if you had a precision ball. Give you the opportunity to always hit it perfect. Close. No, I didn't think they pulled it enough. At that range, it should have been towards max club, and that would have been 2 per ring. At least that's how I would have worked it. Yeah. Yup. You could make it from there, but I really wanted to hit right here. This is where I wanted to hit. This way, if we get the Albie, if I do make it, I'm just getting the eagle instead of the Albie, and I still won't qualify. That'll give me an 11, and there's no way an 11 is going to qualify. Not on a Tuesday. Maybe on a Monday, because there's a lot of people that are doing exactly what I'm doing, and they use Monday as a practice round. Chip in to draw. 2.25 divided by uno. 2.87 rings. 2 rings off. I'm at the +2. Let's do the +1. Let's pull back just a titch. .87 rings. There's 2.9. Hitting it perfect. Man, I barely caught that perfect. I thought it was great when I released it. You can see how close that was there, and I was definitely farther away than that. I did a 15% right there. I did 1.15, 15%, and I had on my notes either try a 12.5% adjustment or a 15, and I went with the 15, but the 12.5, I overpulled it right there. The 12.5 would have been better. And a 12.5 would have gave me a little bit more separation on that. You hit that great to the right, you're in trouble. Trouble. All right, another practice round. One more practice round. So that means I gotta qualify tomorrow, and I will tell you that it is risky trying to qualify on a Wednesday, because there's going to be a lot of good players that wait until Wednesday, and you can have, you can be on your game. If you make any mistakes on Wednesday, you could really end up not qualifying. So it's risky. It's risky qualifying on a Wednesday. I usually don't like to do it, and I can think of 3 or 4 tournaments that I went in all cocky and thinking, hey, I've been kicking ass all week, and I finally got the holes down, and I'm just going to go out there and tear it up today and move on to the opening round, and then did not qualify. So we'll see. I'll play early tomorrow while it's cool and get it out of the way, get it done, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. Leave me a comment, and I will see you on the next one. Stay safe, my friends, and have fun.